Om Shanti. Good morning to you all. Destiny. What is destiny? Or fate? Or necessity? Both as it may be self-energized or seen as an external force in control of the self. The world needs peace, love, and unity more than ever. God's angel has a task to do. Comfort every soul in the blanket of peace, love, and light. Can I invite Binita Didi to explain more to us? Thank you, Didi.
Welcome, everyone. Can you all hear me properly?
Yes, we can.
Oh, perfect. So it's nice to see you all lovely and beautiful, and such a lovely weather as well here. So it looks like even the nature is kind of, enjoying today's session and has, came together to welcome us all. So my heartiest welcome to all, and thank you, Panna-ben, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Daksha-ben, for asking me if I can do the sessions today. And thank you to all of you for coming here. So let's start our session for today, which is final thoughts that will lead to our destiny. It's a very interesting topic. And there is when I was given the task to conduct today's session, I was straight away something was coming in my mind, and I wanted to kind of talk about focus. I wanted to talk about the one. I wanted to talk about connection. And then Daksha Ben suggested, why not you take today's Murli topic? As you all are aware that as a Brahma Kumaris, we follow our regular teaching. And in our regular teaching is called Murli. And in that Murli, every day there's something, some amazing points comes up. And the day Daksha Ben was asking me, that day, this point, final thought and destiny. If you all know Hindi, I will say the term that is used in Hindi is called Antmati Sugati. The way our final thoughts are, that's how we are sorted out in our future destiny. So that's the translation. But again, it's like, it's a very, it might sound just a single sentence, but there's a lot of training goes behind in this single sentence. So you could see the thoughts and destiny. This is a very famous term, our thought create destiny. We all know it, isn't it? What we create, what we think, what we do, it kind of, it leads to our destiny. But then let's step back and see what goes behind that, how the thought and the destinies are related. So thought is what? I, as a soul, the energy is creating lots of information. Yeah. So when I'm creating those information, how it is working, the thought is generating thought. It's triggering all the, the nerves telling us to do things. So the body comes into action. So when the body comes into action, we come into reaction. So this is how the action reaction thing starts off. And we've come into this, relationship, and we form lots of accounts. So one thought created, we come into action, the result is, taken place. For example, I created, I'm gonna do good things. I'm gonna do lovely things. I'm gonna do nice things. I come into action. I'm kind of, doing my service. I'm talking to people in a very nice, polite voice. I'm doing my things in a, kind way. So these thoughts I created, and I'm physically manifesting as well. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm creating good karma. So you can see how thought, action, and then it leads to good karma. All three things are related. Then we move on. how we have to make this thing, three aspect in our life on a day-to-day basis, on a every second basis as a reality. So when I know that my thought is creating my action and my action is leading to my good karma, it's like, and that good karma is leading to my destiny. So this line I have to follow on more every day, every second, every minute. And now here I'm talking about my final thought leading to my future destiny. Can you see? It's not just the final thought, it's the every day, every second, every minute thoughts that I am creating. It's leading to something. So, as in our study, we got to know that we are the creator of everything. We are the one who has created things around us. We are the one who have actually chosen the relationship we are into today. I know there are things that it doesn't fit in our situation, and we say, oh, it doesn't feel like, why so much of sorrow in my life? But somewhere something has gone not right for me that is giving me that sorrow. So when I kind of, come into agreement to the fact that, things that are happening around me, there is a very, very good reason, and there is a certain rules that is going behind all those things, we will understand things more clearly. So to understand the concept of final thought and destiny, I'll just give you a very very simple story to make you understand why this concept of final thought and destiny is so kind of prevalent and very popular in India especially. And in we always say that in devotion, all the gurus and all the sannyasis, they were very much focused on how we as a soul leave the body, how our final state should be when we are leaving the body. So they are very kind of particular about these things. And I'll explain you in a story, and then I'll give you a very funny story how, like, how people try to manipulate these things so that they leave the body in a very good state. So very funny story, very interesting. And there was one true story that I will share, which has, like, when I heard it, I was like, I wasn't surprised, because I know with my teachings, with my practices, that these things do happen. So I wasn't surprised. So let me share the first story. The first story is about a Brahmin, a very high level Brahmin who's at a very prominent and a very high place. And he's living in a very beautiful cottage, and next to his cottage there is a very tiny, small, dirty cottage of a cleaner. And so the Brahmin, when the cleaner moved into that place, he was very upset. A little, he's practicing his meditation, he's doing his puja and everything. But he got very upset of the fact that, I have a cleaner next to my cottage. Why this is? Why? Like, I'm such a good devotee of God. I practice my puja, I do my services every day. I'm diligent. I'm such a good, Brahmin. He was very proud of what he was doing. And he would somewhere, he had this negative feeling towards that cleaner. And now the cleaner perspective, the cleaner is happy. Oh my God, I have a Brahmin next to my house. Wow, what my fortune is. Oh my goodness, look at that Brahmin. Oh, I'm going to see his face every day. Morning, I'm going to see his face and going to go to work. What a fortune I've got. And he was always filled up with this positive energy, with this amazing attitude. Though he's a cleaner, his job is to clean public bathroom, people's bathroom, and clean the street. That was his job. But because his house was next to a Brahmin, he was very happy, very happy. Things took his turn. Both of them had to leave the body. Both of them died. They went, obviously, because Brahmin was a worshipper of God, and the cleaner was obviously in his own way was worshiping God. God came in front of both of them. And then God is saying that, oh, cleaner, because you were always positive, you were always had God in your heart, you were so kind of, had such a profound love for the Brahmin that you're living next to, you're going to get a very good life. He's like, he was awarded a very beautiful life for the future. And here the Brahmin, who has been 24 hours giving his service to God, the thing, then God said, Brahmin, now your future life is going to be something that you're not expecting. You're going to be the cleaner. He was shocked. He was surprised. He was like, I served you throughout my life. Why are you doing this to me? Then he said, I'm not doing this to you. You did it to yourself. And then he showed him the picture that, look, as soon as the cleaner moved to the area, what did you do? Your bhakti was there, but every now and then you were creating, why this is happening to me? Why this cleaner next to me? Oh my goodness, my whole kind of, getting spoiled. You were creating unnecessary thought. And you, as a Brahmin, your task is to be benevolent. You, as a child of God, your task is to give love, to peace, and equality to everyone. What did you do? You started discriminating, and hence the result. So can you see, no matter what my position, my attitude leads the way. No matter what I have been given, it's all up to my attitude. And see, even though if you see, it's just a story, but if you see the philosophy behind, it's no matter where I'm born, no matter what my situation is, no matter what I'm doing, it all leads to my way of doing things. It all leads to my way of thinking. If even as a cleaner, his job was not that amazing, but he made it amazing. He made it look amazing with his positivity, with the fact that someone very high is living next to him. Those small simple thing, he made it amazing for himself. And whereas the Brahmin had an amazing life, a very high status in the society, but he spoiled it for himself, isn't it? So this is one story that just kind of, gave us a picture of what we create, not only kind of, manifest on our day-to-day life, but, results in our future life. So this is one story. And then there's another story about the Antmati Sugati, which is the final thought and how it leads to our destiny. It's a very funny story where this man who's like, he's always been a businessman. His aim in life was to earn, make money, make profit. And he's on his last leg of the life. He's in his 90s, and he has this immense realization that I have earned a lot of money, but spirituality, I haven't done anything. So he went to a guru and he said, Guru, I have made loads of money, but personally for my spirituality, for my growth, I haven't done anything. So I think I haven't built up that kind of life where I can leave my body easily, because he has heard about people leaving the body with their own wish, and these are people with high level of spiritual consciousness, who have been practicing meditation, who have been working towards their thoughts, who have disciplined their life in a way where they kind of all those 5 vices that we call the attraction, the hatred, and all those bad vices that they have conquered, and ego, jealousy, all those things they have conquered, and they've been working towards it. So he heard about those people, so he wanted to kind of leave his body with his wish. And he also kind of from the gurus he got to know that this last state of mind gives you the next state of mind as next future life. So he was really very prepared. So he made his house in a way where he has lots of god and goddesses picture around his wall. And then his children, he had 4-5 children. So what he did, he renamed all the children. So he named his children as Ram, Sita, Krishna, Shiva. So you're getting it where he's going. So he named all his children with the god and goddess's name. So when it's his last, breath, So obviously we and you know what we do, we all the family members come around and you say, oh Sita, thank you, Ram, thank you, right? So this was his conscience. So like, you know, he renamed all his family members and he started calling them with that name. So thinking that when it's his last breath, he will take God's name, and in that he will leave the body. That was his conscience. That's what he was planning. So all his children was around. It was his last leg. He was on the bed, and then he was pointing to his son Ram. Ram. He was like with his eyebrow. He's saying Ram, and because he was a businessman, he has hidden monies around, and which he didn't sort it. So he was saying Ram. He was about to tell him something, and then he said Ram, pot. He said pot, and he left the body. Okay, so his last word was pot. And then the saying is that, you know, he was there in the family. When he left the body, he was there around for a while, and actually people thought that he's actually in the pot, so they were started looking after the pot. But that's just a funny side. But the thing is, no matter what you are trying to trick yourself into, it's your real practice that's gonna lead to your, like, you know, your destiny. No matter how smart we try to, you know, do things, but the rules of life will always follow it. The rules will be rules that if you have worked on your spirituality, if you have worked on your thought process, no matter what's the last minute situation will be, you will leave your life, or you will leave the body in a very light and a beautiful state. So this is what we are, we as a spiritual organization, we as a meditators practice on our daily day-to-day life, to bring peace as a part, it's not just peace for word saying, peace as in it's so embedded in our cells. Each and every body part, they vibrate peace. So the regular practice of peace, love, and purity, it just vibrates from the body. And it's so in depth and embedded in the body that when the time comes, we as a soul decides, okay, now things are not fine in the body, let's leave the body. And then we kind of, you know, have our way of saying that, you know, we call Baba, and Baba comes, and, you know, with Baba's hand, holding his hand, we fly with him. And then he tells us, oh, now children, this is what you're going to get in your future. So this is what we as a spiritual being, we as a meditator practicing. But then this is not just for us. It can, you know, cater to larger audience. So what about audience who don't practice spirituality? Okay, if you don't practice spirituality, you can practice creating good karma, right? Spirituality is not just about few set of people, but spirituality, if you see that everyone in their day-to-day life, they practice some kind of spirituality. So creating good thought is not just about last breath. Creating good thought is about living in the moment, so that every day you are creating good karma, and that obviously will lead to a beautiful destiny, not only today but for your future also. So this was what I thought of sharing with you all today. And Panaben, what's next? Do you want me to do the meditation now, or should we have a question answers now?
Anything what you...
Okay. Is there any question that you would like to ask, or anything that you want me to share?
So, you know the last story you just said, when the father was dying and he called Ram, and he said the last word was pot.
Yeah.
Did he manage to tell them what was in the pot? No.
Yeah, he just said pot, but obviously when he said pot, they were like, they were bit shocked, and by saying pot, he just left the body. Obviously the family must have figured out, they must have, while clearing the room, they must have seen the pot and they took the money out. But the idea behind sharing the story was like, you can't trick destiny, you can't trick what's going to happen with you. So it's not just one day I decide I will be like do lots of spirituality and next day I don't do it. So you can't trick life like that. So the reason behind sharing that story was like, having a regular disciplined life leads to something very beautiful. So if you are like, having that beautiful life where you're organizing things, where you kind of, being kind to the humankind, where you kind of, having that charitable aspect, it stays with you. It stays with you, and it's get imprint on you. So when you leave leave this life, the next life, obviously, it's like you don't have to worry about it. Things are sorted.
So it's not necessary that you have to pray. You can praise anywhere by sitting in a dark room as well, and you can concentrate. You don't really have to go to the temple and then page and whatnot.
No.
Yes, no. See, that's the thing, when you see the history of how these religion and leaders and founders and religion was established, it was a time of chaos. It was the time when humanity was looking for answer. What happened? Suddenly there's like, famine coming. What happened? Suddenly there's lots of, upheavals coming in the society. So they were looking for something, and that the religious leaders came with a temple, God, the concept, those things they came. And then when we realized that, okay, praying for certain amount of time, it giving me peace, we started doing it. We started going out in the temple, started praying there, stayed in the peace for time being. But when we came back, we didn't bring the peace back. We came back into our day-to-day life and we forgot about it. But now here, this understanding is coming back that, peace is not something that you have to look out. Peace is with you. It's within you. It's a matter of practicing on an everyday basis. So it's just the same story of a hidden jewel in a mud. So when I start taking the mud out, I realize there's this hidden jewel. And then I take the jewel out, and when I polish the jewel start shining. The same, I as a soul has the peace. I as a soul it's my inheritance. Peace, purity, love is an inheritance to each and every billion of soul throughout the world. This three aspect of soul is there: peace, love, and happiness. You, no matter what I say, no matter how rude I can get, my true nature is peace. So when I realize that and start focusing on that every day, every second, naturally, when I come into conversation with anyone, what I will pour out, I'm going to pour out peace. I'm going to pour out happiness. So the saying that if I'm filled, I'm going to give that, right? If somebody knocks at my door, asks for a water, and if I don't have a jug full of water, I won't be able to give them, right? So if I filled myself with peace, love, and happiness, no matter who asks, any religion, any people, any color, any person asks me, I'm going to give that to them. So this is it. This is what we are like. You just have to work on it. That's simple. It sounds simple. It's just about having that determined thought. And it's very interesting in today's Murli, in our teaching, it said, determined thought, it leads to a pure life. Determined attitude, it gives you a good result. I was so amazed. I was like, I'm going to share this point definitely. So it's very simple, and it's our day-to-day thing. Like, anything that you don't like it in you or in around you. So it's all up to you. So you can't change the people around you, but what you can do, at least you can do something about yourself. You do. So, if you don't like something, maybe you might be in a habit that you are also annoyed with. So you just have to have that determined thought that, okay, let me try it once. If it works, I'll try it 2 times, 3 times, and be consistent for 20 days and see the change. And it
Yeah.
works.
Great.
Vinaji has a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, namaskar, Bina
Namaskar.
and Panaben. Yes, I work at the hospital. I've worked with children, but unfortunately, a lot of these children end up with mental health disorders because of physical abuse, sexual abuse. So I just wanted to know, because you referred to karma, how you're born is because of the past action. So is there relationship here because of what happens to these children, and that it's linked with their past lives?
It's a very interesting situation, and it's really it's heart wrenching, especially when you hear stories about especially during the lockdown. There's so many stories came up, and it was really heart wrenching to hear those stories. And when you try to deal with those children, and when you are trying to look after those children, see, the thing is, you have to be strong, right? When you're dealing with these situations, you have to deal with these kind of information. So to have that concept of karma, it kind of gives you that power. So you know that it's not happening out of anywhere. It's not happening there must be a reason that's happening. But as a teacher, as a guide, as a helper, as a leader, you have to be in such a good state of love and kindness that you kind of teach them in a right way, that things have gone wrong for you, but let's make it right. You as a person knows the story behind, okay, there might be some karmic relationships, some wrong negative actions might have been taken in the past, but you as a person know it. But you knowing this information kind of give you that ease. Okay, it's not just happening because something was not done right. It's happening, yes, I know it, the reasoning behind it, but you deal it with such affection and such a positive attitude, so that they come out of it, because you can't change what happened to them. The only thing you can change from now is to give them the right guidance, the right knowledge, so that they can lead a good life. And they kind of if there's any kind of negative karmic account, they can clean it, and they kind of move out of it. So it's the information is for you to empower yourself, and to treat them in such a beautiful way that they can come out of it.
Yeah, it is quite hard because we treat them with care, compassion.
Thank you.
I see divinity, the work that we do, but when you have little boys or little girls harming themselves, introducing knives into their body, it's very hard. Or some of them bite their skin to die. They want to die. It's so hard because you feel sad, you feel helpless. How can I help this individual? Like you said, speak to them gently, kindly. We have psychologists working with us, but it's very hard.
Sometimes the power of silence works. At that point, what I have seen a very aggressive soul coming to me, and he was so aggressive. He was so kind of obviously there was a mental health issue out there. He wouldn't stop, and he was on and on about things that went wrong to him. He was projecting it on me, and the only thing I could do, I was obviously his aura was very heavy. Is like when he was coming in a very quite a force. The only thing from my side, what I did at that point, went into silence and immersed God, and said, God, as a father, you can only give him the right vibration and the right love that he needs, because right now I'm also getting influenced. Right now I'm getting into that emotional heaviness. And at that point he did calm down. He did kind of um, quieten down. But obviously, to make them understand, you need a bit of spirituality. And to deal in these kind of situation, I always I do have friends and family members who are into nursing and healthcare. I do share them, and people, especially people who work in these situations, they are naturally very spiritual, and then empowering yourself with spirituality, it helps a lot.
Yeah, definitely. So we have a spiritual department, and I'm one of them as well, in addition to what I do.
Okay.
So I'm the
Hindu.
Hindu.
Lovely.
So I do see our patients. So I sit down with them, listen to their stories, and
yes.
But thank you very much.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's their karma, isn't
and
it?
Yes, as you know that
it's their karma.
Sorry,
they
sister,
have to go,
I can't hear.
It's their karma. They have to go through it. So what you
it
say
is
listening.
See, the thing is, the information
health.
is for you. Yes, the information is for you, for them to tell. They won't. Yes, they won't understand first of all.
They won't listen.
And
it is
yeah, it's not about listening. It's not the right thing also to share with them, because it's hard what they are going through. So the more the compassionate, the more kind of understanding you bring into the situation, you will be able to deal with it much lighter way, much nicer way.
They learn to trust you. If you don't,
yes,
if you listen,
exactly.
They learn to trust you.
Exactly. Yes. That's the way. Exactly.
Thank
Can
you.
I ask a question, Didi?
Yes, sister.
Right. You know, many a times we see people who are so good, giving seva and everything, and suffering all the time. Is it true that they may have done something in their past, which they are paying for it in this life?
Yes, it is most likely, but you will be amazed that you see the suffering. For them, it's like they're clearing their account. If they are into spirituality, like I have a very dear friend who went through a very major surgery, and when we met her in the hospital, she was all smiling, like all her family members were worried. They were worried to hell, like my mom is gonna just fly off, kind of leave the body. She had a very major surgery done, and when we met, and she's into spirituality and she is a practicing meditator, and when we met her, and she said, "Oh, don't worry, I invoked God, I was with God, I was in God's lap, the surgery happened." But see, the thing is, it was one of her karmic account that was came into action. She had to go through some relationship in there, but the way she dealt with it, with so much of happiness and lightness, bringing God into the situation, dealing with the pains and things. And the doctor said, "I've never seen such a happy happy patient in my life." Even the doctor was impressed, and he said, "What kind of spirituality you're practicing? Can you see what she did?" So she had a problem. She had an karmic account that came into her life, but she dealt it in a nicer way. So situation will come. People will see as a pain, but you as a spiritual being, for you, it will be fun, because your settling account. You know that it was meant to come. It's not coming out of blue. Yeah. I have done something. I have to pay, but let me pay with a big heart.
I think,
Yeah?
Didi, we all go. I think, Didi, we all go through that phase at some time. If something is not coming right in the, we always think, "I'm sure I must have done something wrong in the past life. Why am I paying for it in this life?" It comes to, it's human nature. It comes, it has to come.
It does come to you, but there are two ways of dealing with it. One is regret. "Oh my, I must have, what have I done?" kind of. One, the regret way, the other with the love way. So if you do it with this, "Oh, well, good, it has come, let me do it in a way so that I don't create more negative karmic account." Okay, so if I do it in a much lighter way, positive way, you first of all, you're getting out of the situation is going to be lighter, and you will be amazed with your power, that how you are helping your family members, because they get down very quickly, because of your spirituality and your positivity. They will be in that leveled state where they will understand, okay, mom is going through, aunt is going through, but because you are giving out that positive vibration, you're not only just helping your body, you're also helping your friends and relatives, because they also get down really quickly. So it's like, you're creating a very, one negative karma that has come, but because of your attitude, you're creating lots of positive karma. So yeah, it does kind of helps.
It does. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay.
Shall we do
any other questions that you want? Yeah, so there you go. So we will just have a minute, no, not minute, 15 minutes of a good meditation where we will kind of, sit in silence for a few minutes, then contemplate on our life journey, and then kind of, say our goodbyes for the session, and then meet next Sunday.
You will drive us to it. Yeah.
Yes,
yes, goodbye only for the session.
Yes, bye for this session. We meet on a Sunday again, and it's such a nice nice group to see you all kind of meeting every Sunday. And I know Panna Ben, I've seen her personally, so we had the fortune of going on a retreat.
Yes.
It was really nice. And
the retreat.
Lovely to
I've
see
heard
you
about,
as well.
yes, Saroj Ben, I've seen you as well. Yes. Yes, and Jayashree Ben, I know she's our regular student, so yes, it's amazing to see you
next
all,
Sunday
like,
you will be again?
giving your time.
Next Sunday you will be again?
Jayashree Ben, someone else, but yes, some more experienced teacher.
Okay.
Yes, so
I thought you are.
it was yeah. So let's sit in a very comfortable position. That's the best part of Raj Yoga. In Raj Yoga, we always give importance to our soul, the energy, but with that, we also give importance to the body. If body is comfortable when you're doing meditation, it will help you to sit for a longer period. But if you kind of, sit in a very awkward position, or in the bottom where your back is hurting or your legs hurting, you won't be able to sit for a longer period. So if you have a pillow, you can keep it at the back so you're more comfortable. If you have a chair or sofa where you're most comfortable, sit, but try to keep your spine straight. Yeah. So keeping the spine straight has many kind of, reasoning behind, but the main reasoning is the spine is attached to your brain. So this, when you start contemplating on a good thought, it starts sending good vibes from the bottom to the top and from top to the bottom. So the more straight you sit, what happens, it kind of, go through from top to bottom, it goes to your leg, and from leg it comes to up. So your body is circulating only positive and good vibration. Okay. So sit straight in a comfortable position, and I'll start the music. You can take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And when you take a deep breath in this time, just feel an energy in the middle of your forehead. Can you feel that energy in the middle of your forehead? Take your right hand and just tap on that forehead, the middle of your forehead, and do a circulation movement as if you're massaging that energy. And now bring your hands down and again take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So this time when you take a deep breath in, the energy that you just touched, it's going to spread throughout your body, okay? So take a deep breath in. Focus on the middle of your forehead. And when you breathe out, the energy is spreading in each and every part of your body. It's going in each and every part of your cell. A deep breath in again. And a deep breath in out again. If you want, you can keep your eye closed. Or if you want, you can keep your eyes open. But inside, just imagine you as an energy, a tiny point of light in the middle of your forehead, sparkling. In today's lesson, you just got to know that how important creating thoughts are. And you just got to know that what I will create will lead to my future destiny. Empowering myself with this knowledge, knowing this beautiful information, I look at my life. I emerge scenes where I wasn't that nice and apologize. Apologize to the things that I did wrong. Apologize to the people I've hurt. And making a vow to myself that I will react in much loveful and peaceful way if I come into these situations. I promise myself that I'll be nicer, I'll be much kind, and I'll be much peaceful in reacting in these situations. Now I come back to the middle of my forehead again, the tiny light. And I know this tiny light gets powers from the Almighty. And I invoke the Almighty and I say, Dear Baba, dear God, your energy empowers me. Your love fulfills me. Please come in this household and bless us with your energy. And just visualize a tiny point of light from a red region is coming down. And that tiny light is in your room, wherever you're sitting. And your room is filled with the light, the red light, the aura that he has around him, a beautiful aura. And just visualize yourself in that red zone. You as a soul is surrounded with that red zone, the red light, the beautiful aura. We call that aura the aura of God. God's energy is in your room now. God energy is in you now. God energy is around you now. So to be kind is not going to be difficult because I have the Almighty's power. To be nice, it won't be difficult because I have Him with me. To be peaceful is going to be my nature because the God of peace is with me. And just visualize that tiny energy in your room is showering peace, love, and happiness in the room, around you, and in you. And when you breathe in this time, you're breathing in peace. And you, when breathe out, you're breathing out peace. Breathe in love, and you're breathing out love. And the last gift God gives us, happiness. So this time you breathe in happiness, and you're giving out happiness. So it sounds very simple that I'm just breathing in and out, but you're not just breathing in and out. This is your karma. You're doing a good karma. You're spreading love, peace, and happiness, not only around you, but throughout the world. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Vinny.
So this is it, sister. Thank you, sister. So thank you very much for having me here. And this is just a gentle reminder. We have a, welcome, sister. So we have a Shivratri celebration in our center today. I will quickly share you the leaflet.
Panna Ben has.
I've got it. I did share it.
Yeah.
I did share it in the group.
Yes. Okay. If you share the leaflet,
Yeah.
So the leaflet, if you see, we have a Shivratri celebration where we have tried to replicate a beautiful temple from Gujarat, and Somnath temple it's called. And then it's like a walking trail. You walk through the temple, and then we have a 3D meditation session and some nice explanation of humanity and the whole creation and everything. So it's a nice exhibition and walking trail. So if you can come, it's in Willesden Green, Dollis Hill. And the session is from 3 to 4, 4 to 5. And so I think it starts, it's a 45-minute session. So we say that, come just 10 minutes before so that you don't miss out and miss out the session. So 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 5 to, Okay. And it was lovely seeing you all, and we'll catch up soon. Thank you, Panna Ben.
Thank you very much.
You were so good. You were so
lovely
good.
meeting you.
Om Shanti.
Thank you.
So today, ladies, think that all souls are good by nature and that God is the source of all goodness. We have taught to transcend labels associated with the body, such as race, nationality, religion, and gender, and it aspires to establish a global culture based on what it calls soul consciousness. So basically what we have learned from the two different stories that Bini had said to us. And it is true, I've heard that before, I've heard these stories before, and it is true to ignore other people.
Oh, Jayashree Ben.
sorry.
Anyway, so what we have learned today, as you have digested everything from Bini, and lovely seeing you again, Bini. It was beautifully said everything, and the meditation was wonderful as well. Thank you very much for all the participants.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Have a lovely Sunday and happy Shivratri to you all. Please try and go to Wilston if you can, but also lots of Zoom sessions are on for Shivratri today, so try and join on them. We put it out on the events group, everything, so you will catch it over there. Thank you all.
Thank you, Bini. Thank you, Panna. Thank you, everybody.
Zumba tomorrow, Panna Ben.
Thank you, everybody.
Zumba tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we've got Zumba, yes. We've got Zumba with Ami tomorrow, so please try and join in then. And also, Monday to Friday, we've been going to Sangat Hall for Seva. And this is for all the elderly people, to keep them warm and to help them serve food and that. They get fresh food from Saya, donated from Saya, and every day it's different wangi. So really fresh food and entertainment. We go there to entertainment them and keep them amusing. So try and join us there. It is really nice, and you can do something for them as well.
Yes.
Sing for them or play games with them. Or, all these elderly people out there, they're so happy to see us when we go there and do something with them. We are with them doing something. So it is really nice to do something for them. So if you can come to Sancroft, it's Sancroft Hall. Sancroft
Center, Sancroft Road, Harrow Wheelstone.
Yeah.
It's off Lockett Road.
Off Lockett Road. So try and join us. It's really good. It's really good. Thank you very much again. Take care. Have a lovely Sunday.
Bye. Have a nice day,
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Jayashree Ben.
Thank you.
Bye, Aruna Ben.
Bye, Manorama Ben.
Bye.
Thank you.
અરે મહાદેવ તો ડર લાગે એવા હતા પન્ના બેને શું મૂક્યું છે આજે કીધું ઇન્ડિયામાં ક્યાં આવી ગયા બધું ઇન્ડિયામાં આવું બધું દેખાય મહાદેવ ને ભૂત પરેત બધું લઈને
ગરમી વધી ગઈ જયશ્રી બેન ગરમી વધી ગઈ
અરે મેં કીધું આ જલ્દી પૂરું